Okay, now we're just gonna see if we can find the live on YouTube. It's not it. All right, got the live on YouTube. So, um, show all messages. All right, I know in Ontario, and the East Coast, it is New Year's. So happy New Year's to everybody in the East Coast. It is only, I believe, 10 o'clock here. Yeah, it's 10:05 here, so it's not quite New Year's here. And I'm in Lethbridge, Alberta. So um, I've still got quite a couple hours. So 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I've got a couple hours before it's New Year's here, before we're in 2026. So all of you people on the East Coast, you guys are so tomorrow, and I am so yesterday. So I'm just gonna sit here and work on my crochet and drink my coffee. Um, Hopefully you guys can see me quite well. I have the subdued kind of look. I don't have the overhead on. Um, so, but like I said, I'm just, I have two things here. I have a Slurpee, which my husband bought, and I have coffee. Get hyped up on sugar. There we go. Hmm. So I'm still fiddling with StreamYard and stuff. I haven't been on live for a very, very long time. I do have my Grinch sweater, which I'm not going to wear right now because it's actually quite warm. So I might actually put. There we go. And then to put my shawl on. This is actually my Field of Dreams. So I know there's probably not going to be a lot of people on tonight, but I figured I haven't done a live in a very long time, so why not come on? Hi, welcome in. What's in your cup? What's on your hook? What's in my cup is coffee and very sugary Slurpee. So if you're on the East Coast, Happy New Year, guys. It's 2026 on the East Coast. It is only 10 o'clock here. I still have 2 hours to go before it's New Year's here. And I initially wasn't going to come on, but I thought, you know what? I haven't been on in a while. So I'm working on a shawl that I started like 2018. It was a long time ago. So this is what I'm working on right now. So I hope your year has ended on a high note. And if it hasn't, I'm so sorry. And I wish you the best in 2026. So I know that one of these is telling me that because I have my phone hooked up for, hi, welcome in. What's in your cup and what's on your hook? If you're on the East Coast, Happy New Year, Happy New Year's, guys. It's only 10 o'clock here in Lethbridge, Alberta. So I still got a couple hours to wait before it's New Year's here. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I do have to say it's really odd crocheting with plastic crochet hook. I want to wish my out in the East Coast, I want to wish my baby brother, Darcy, a happy birthday. Today is his birthday, and I hope you have an awesome day, Darcy. Yeah, I probably could have waited until 11:45 before I went live, but I decided that I haven't been on for a while, and trying to get things done here. Hopefully, I'm going to be going back to work soon. So, crocheting with a plastic hook is really hard. And I can't change hooks. Hi, welcome in. What's in your cup? What's on your hook? And Happy New Year to you guys. If you've already switched to the new year. Like I said, we're in Lethbridge. Hi, Lydia. How are you doing today? Is it New Year's there? Is it New Year's there yet? Did you want to come and say hi, Lydia? Just let me know if you want to pop up. Got a few people in the house. Just want to say hi, and if you're in the East Coast, Happy New Year. I'm in the West Coast, almost to BC, but I'm in Alberta. We haven't changed to the new year yet. We still have 2 hours to go. So I'm trying to crochet with this plastic hook, and oh my god, this plastic hook is just driving me nuts. Okay, hi Tori, how are you doing tonight? I am doing fine. Drinking water, still working on sweater. Happy New Year. Uh, Happy New Year. Day, stay safe. Yes, Lydia, Happy New Year to you too, and you stay safe. And if you want to pop up and say hi, just let me know and I'll drop the link, okay? Haven't seen you in a while and I haven't been on YouTube for a while. I did do some videos, um, and I've got a few more videos to do. I got a bunch of tutorials to do too. I like crocheting with metal hooks because they're so much easier to crochet with. I'm gonna put this away. Guys, I can't really concentrate on this one. This one I have to concentrate on. So how have you been doing, my dear? I was gonna wear my knitted scarf that I got from my cousin, but I kind of left that in the living room. So my knitted shawl, not scarf, shawl. I'm having too much sugar already. No, one thing I do have to say, fire honey. I love fire honey. Um, I actually make it and drink it at least once a day, and it's really, really nice in coffee or tea. It's also really nice with hot water, just fire honey and hot water, or lukewarm water. Mm. Don't want to be drinking too much because I don't have a co-pilot here. So if you see me looking down, I have my other phone here so that I can see the comments. Because I can see the comments better on that phone than I can on the one that I'm using. So I didn't realize how nice and warm this shawl is. And this is my Field of Dreams shawl. I love it. So I really don't do New Year's resolutions or anything like that. I just basically I'm just going to try and be a better person next year and help anybody who I can possibly help out when I can help them out. Um, if there's a lot more kindness in the world would be a bit better place. And I was watching videos earlier um, about some people just right out of the blue paying for somebody else's groceries and stuff like that. And that is such a wonderful um, act of kindness. And I like seeing things like that. So I always share it on my Facebook page. So yes, this shows that I'm really kind of dark, and this shows that I'm kind of light. So I don't know what you guys are seeing. If you guys need more light, let me know, and I will turn more light on. I like the relaxation of the ambiance. We'll just say ambiance. So, what am I going to do next year? I'm going to learn a lot of new stuff. Um, I'm still working on trying to master the Lost Souls shawl. Um, I'm kind of stumped. I know once I get the routine of it, I know that I'll be able to do it. Mm. It's just trying to remember when and where you increase and stuff. And this is the Happy Mandala yarn, Mandala Ombre or Mandala. I love this color. It's called Happy. The only thing that I think they made a mistake on was actually not having yellow in here. I think yellow would make it pop. So, and I only made it a certain size. I haven't like it looks like it's finished, but I actually want it a lot bigger. So, who knows, I might add more to it later. Yeah, the colors do work up very, very nicely. So I don't, like I said, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I'm just gonna try and be a better person next year. Not that I'm not a better person as it is, um, but I'm like I said, a kindness goes a long way in this world, and if you show a little kindness, then kindness will come back to you fourfold. Projects, I have a lot of projects that are going to be coming up. I have a lot of hat tutorials that I need to do, but I am making more outfits for Bella. I am working on, and I knew I wouldn't have it done. Oh, okay, Angela. Welcome in. Nice to have you here. Um, I sorry, I was mistaking you for someone else. Do you crochet or do you knit or do you what kind of craft do you do? My crafts are crochet and I do make stitch markers, earrings, necklaces, etc., etc. I am going to be learning how to um, wrap stones in the future. Oh, you do both. So you knit and crochet? I've always wanted to try and learn how to knit, but maybe next year. I keep saying maybe next year. For some reason, knitting scares me. I don't know why, but knitting scares me. Happy New Year, Mary Beth. I've still got about an hour and a half before it's New Year's here. But if you're on the East Coast, Happy New Year's. Yeah, it's only almost 10:30 here. Yeah, it's 10:24 here in Lethbridge, Alberta. So I'm looking forward to 2026 and what's to come in the future. Um, I have a lot of ideas that I want to do for the channel, and right now I'm going through all of my yarn and donating it and gifting some to my cousin. My cousin actually sends me money for boxes so that I can send it to her. But I am in the process of going through the stuff that has been gifted to me that I keep. Anything that I bought like on sale, then I will be giving that away. I felt that way about crochet. I've been knitting for decades. I started crocheting in February 2025. That's awesome. I am on the East Coast. So yes, you are definitely so tomorrow. I am so yesterday. Because I'm still in 2025 and you all are in 2026. Yeah. So, yeah, it's 10:24 here, 10:25 here. I made sure I grabbed my watch. So when it's 12 o'clock, I'll be like, Happy New Year, guys. And I just threw on this hat. I actually have New Year's hat and glasses, and it's over there somewhere. But I love your wearable and your hat. Yes, this is actually my Field of Dreams shawl. It's a pattern. I haven't written the pattern out, but it's one of my pattern designs. And this is my reversible mushroom beanie. I do have a written pattern for this. And I also have the tutorial on my channel for this hat, because I have the tutorial for this hat and the cobblestone hat. And I believe I have the tutorial for the messy bun hats as well. I keep losing height. And thank you. I was going to finish it off with yellow because my other shawl has yellow on it. And I love how the yellow actually makes this pop. And thank you very much. I just knocked something over. Not sure what I knocked over, but I'll get it later. I learned to knit in 2020 from YouTube. I crochet. And you know what? I learned to crochet off of YouTube. Back in 2018, 2019, my best friend, handed me a handful of hooks and gave me a little box of yarn and says, here, figure it out. And that's how I learned how to crochet. I actually didn't get into making beanies until I started watching Crystal. And when I first started crocheting, my crochet was like not very good. We'll just put it that way. But I still have to do the tutorials on all the beanies that I've made, but the ones that I have on the channel are actually really, really easy. One of them is just a 1-row repeat. The other one is a 2-row repeat. And the increased rounds are quite easy. My mom and aunt taught me to knit but I learned to crochet from YouTube. Yeah, and I have to say YouTube is one of the most versatile platforms that I've seen. Um, there are a lot. When I first started crocheting in 2018, 2019, I only um, I only watched a few channels, and now I don't have time to watch all the channels that I have. Um, okay. Angela says I started crocheting when I was 8 years old. My next door neighbor showed me. That is totally awesome. I was gifted when I was younger and living back east. I was gifted crochet hooks for one Christmas. Didn't get any yarn, got the crochet hooks. Needless to say, the crochet hooks kind of went in a drawer and just kind of left there. And when I moved here, I wasn't I didn't think I had any talent, literally. Um, and when I moved here, uh, and my friend gave me some hooks, I started off with just slip stitch. And when I was slip stitching, I thought, oh, this crochet is really easy, like slip stitch. That's all I needed to know, right? Little did I know there was a lot of stitches that I had to learn. But I try to learn something new each day, whether it's a new way to make jewelry or whether it's something new to make, like a hat. I've made baby hats, and I do like this idea. Now, what I did is I used my cobblestone pattern and I made a um, fingerless glove washcloth that I was going to make a whole bunch of these up and donate them um, to Streets Alive and stuff like that, right? Um, very easy pattern. It's a one row repeat. That's it. And then you stitch up the side and you do the final border on top. So wow, you're 62? I'm 58. 58. Yeah, I'm 58. I'll be 59 next year. I have my mom's knitting needles and crochet hooks. Some of them are really old because she was doing yarn crafts since she was young. My favorite hook is my mom's. That is so nice. I love it. I love hearing stories when crochet hooks and knitting needles and stuff like that have been passed down in the family. Um, my mother really never did anything like that. So I don't recall anything ever being done like that. Hi, Mary. So if anybody is interested in popping up on panel, just let me know and I can drop the link for you. You can come up and say hi and Happy New Year. You can get a chance to meet me, and I can get a chance to meet you. I'm not really good with names. I have contacts in both eyes, so can't see that good. Yeah, I can't see that good either. Like, I'm literally looking at the screen right now, and my picture is like blurry. That's all I can see is just blur. I really have to get my eyes checked next year so I can get glasses. And my glasses usually I usually end up paying about $700 or $800 for my glasses, and it's not because it's what do you call it, uh, high end glasses. That's how bad my prescription is. I can barely see. So when I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking, but everything's kind of fuzzy and blurry. Your mom would be 95 if she were still with you. Yeah. 19. I don't have a calculator. I have a hangnail on my finger, and I'm trying to get it off because it's catching on everything. There we go. I think I finally got it. I'm just going to look up something here. Whoops. Oh, I made a mistake. 1935. Yeah, I think my mother, if my mother was still alive, she'd be about 90 if she was still alive. My dad, he'd be about 95. But yeah, no, like I said, I just wanted to pop on and say hi to everybody and see how everybody's doing and what's in your cup and what's on your hook. It's one of those things where for years I bought yarn and bought yarn and bought yarn and bought yarn and bought yarn, but I never gave it away. So I ended up with a whole pile of yarn. I'm working on trying to get all of the stuff out of here. Get it down to a bare minimum so then I don't have a lot to focus on, eh? Mm. Yeah, we still have about an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes, and then it'll be 2026 here in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Mm. And yes, I changed Channing's hat. I just got brain freeze. Oh. They say don't drink a Slurpee really fast. Now I know why. Don't drink a Slurpee really fast. It gives you brain freeze. So welcome in to whoever just joined us. I'm Tori. The channel is Polly's Crochet Creations. I do a little bit of crochet, or actually I do a sorry, a whole lot of crochet. Um, I do make jewelry, stitch markers, earrings, necklaces. Um, I haven't gotten into the habit of making, um, working with beads, like crocheting with beads. That is something that I'm going to try and work on next year. I'm going to try and learn how to crochet with beads. Have you all tried crocheting with beads or knitting with beads? Okay, my very first soap sack, I've knitted them and wanted to try my hand at crocheting one. No. Actually making a soap sack, crocheted soap sack is quite easy. I actually made a bag, and it's my cobblestone pattern. Let me see if I can grab it for you. There we go. Sorry, didn't mean to bounce you around like that. Straight, yeah. So this is the bag that I made, and it was actually supposed to be for Halloween, but this is the cobblestone trick-or-treat bag. I was supposed to put some little knobs on the corners here, and then I was supposed to put some eyes and a nose or whatever for Frankenstein. But I just managed to get the bag done. And I am planning on doing a tutorial on this, but I love it. And it actually turned out really nice. Here is one of my other hats that I've designed. This is, the pattern is called the Golden Acres Beanie because I used arcane fiber yarn, and it's Golden Acres yarn is the name. So I named the beanie after the yarn. So this is my Golden Acres beanie. This is the inside of the hat, and this is the outside of the hat. And I can definitely tell you that if you're in a very cold climate, this will be the warmest hat you will ever have. I believe that I've done the tutorial for this already. Yeah, I was actually thinking about adding them to the projects after I was done crocheting them, but because I have a lot of beads around here, and like I said, I'm in the process of trying to design new and different things. I've been working on making a lot of preemie beanies. These are preemie beanies. So I've been working on making a lot of those. Like I said, I want to crochet, and I want all of my crocheted stuff to go for donations. I've tried selling my stuff on Lethbridge Market, but people don't want to really pay the price for crocheted projects. They'd rather go and pay the price for simulated knitted projects, but not crocheted projects. Because I have 4 or 5 shawls, But in order for me to sell them, because they are wool, high-end wool, I have to sell them for at least 150 to 175. Well, thank you so much, Mary Beth. I think I have a tutorial for that one. I'm not sure. I know one of these days I got to go through all of my beanies and I got to put them all in a row and I got to start doing the tutorials and then uploading them, doing the tutorials and uploading them. And then eventually I'll get them all to come out. I think my last count was 49 or 59 beanies that I have to do tutorials for. But I do have the tutorial for the flying disc. And the flying disc, this is a miniaturized version of the flying disc. And these actually work. It's basically like the name brand thing, you know, with the F, the frisbee. I don't want to get copyrighted here or anything like that. I don't know if you can get copyrighted when you're doing a live or not. And one of these days I got to go through my Nightbot and put more stuff through my Nightbot. But I do have to say my crochet journey has been quite interesting. And like I said, I always tell people, you know, if you find something you like to do or interested in doing, don't quit. Because you can't create new and exciting things if you quit. If I quit, I would never have designed this shawl. And the reason I'm wearing the shawl right now is because it's a little chilly back here. Usually it's hotter than turnips in here, and this here is the shawl that I made, and it's crystals. I followed her pattern, and if you haven't checked out Crystal, check her out. This is she always called it her Spider-Man shawl, but I made this following Crystal's tutorial. She is a very good teacher, and I learned a lot from her. So if you're new to crochet and you haven't checked her out, go and check her out. She's awesome. I think it's funny because on this camera here that I'm doing the live in, it's showing like a kind of muted yellow. On the phone that I'm reading the comments, it's showing a really bright yellow. But yeah, I love this shawl. It's one of those things where you crochet and you crochet and you crochet and you're like, oh, I can't keep everything I crochet, but you want to keep everything you crochet? Yeah, that's me. So yeah. And I finished 2 other shawls. The other 2 shawls are in the living room. I haven't brought them to the back yet. I still have to take pictures of them and post them on Facebook or Facebook Market. I have 2 shawls for sale on Facebook Market right now. And I'm hoping I can sell them soon. And if anybody sees anything in my videos or my lives that they want or are interested in purchasing, just shoot me a message and we'll work something out. In Canada, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy just to pop it into a box and mail it. So you'd have to pay the shipping. But in the States, then you'd have to pay the duties, and if there's duties and taxes, and if there's any tariffs, you'd have to pay for that. But it's not a problem popping it into a box. Okay. Yeah, she's got, and I started watching her when she came out with the Nerdy Crocheter. I started watching her channel, and I just can't wait for her to be on that channel, like to talk to us and stuff, because she's so much more at ease with the Nerdy Crocheter. I have to start doing some stuff with the yarn that she sent me, because we did a yarn swap. That's one of the cakes that she had sent me, and I love yarn art flowers. I love it. But I'm kind of a frugal person. I can't see myself spending like $50 on a cake, a yarn. I can't. It just, the one that I'm wearing, I used the mandala, and this is the colorway Happy, the one that I'm wearing. I'm going to add yellow to this because I really need to add yellow. But the one that I just showed you, the one that Crystal made, and I followed her tutorial, that is the Yarn Art Flowers alpaca. I think it's alpaca. Yeah. This one here is Yarn Art Flowers alpaca. And I love this yarn. This yarn is so soft and wonderful to work with. And in one of my videos, I think I just recently did a video on Bella's outfits. This is my darling Bella. I did not have a chance to get her New Year's outfit ready. I was in the process of doing that, but yeah, I didn't start it till yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to do it. And this is her very first outfit that I made her. This here is the angel wing shawl, the miniaturized version. It's my own pattern. Because when I first started crocheting, I thought, gee, I wonder if I could put corner to corner with a granny square. Yeah, that's what that is. And then this is just the lovey around the hair tie. The idea came from from ZRJ3. And then I just incorporated it with the bigger hair ties for her skirts. And that's how I make her skirts. And she wants to say, Happy New Year's, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful 2026. I know our year is going to be great. So a little while ago, I actually, I think one video ago or two videos ago, I one or two videos ago, I did a video on all of her outfits. And I thought about actually having a fashion show for her. Yes, I love my teddy bear. When I started this channel, I found her at MCC. Now, MCC is a secondhand shop in Lethbridge, and I found her at MCC. And I just fell in love with her. I'm like, okay, my channel needs a mascot. She's going to be my mascot. And then I started crocheting loveys around the hair tie for her. And then I started making shawls for her, and I'm like, I want her to be Barbie. I want her to have everything. So um, I'm designing new skirts for her. I'm designing shawls for her. And this is basically part of my portfolio. And if you guys want to see the tutorials, like I do have a couple of hooded poncho tutorials. I do have lovey around a hair tie tutorials. But if you want to see some tutorials of Bella's outfits, just let me know and I'll start doing some tutorials on Bella's outfits. She is adorable. And she's actually a ballerina bear. She has her pink and purple flowers, and then she's got her little tutu underneath and her little ballerina slippers. So, but I fell in love with her and I had to pick her up. And like I said, I was thinking about having a what do you call just a video in all of her outfits. I have another bear similar, not the same as her, but it's another teddy bear that her outfits will actually fit on. So I was going to take photos and videos and stuff of the other bear, and making it a just a show of her outfits. That might come up in the future. Yay, we only got 1 more hour. Well, an hour and 5 minutes, I think. An hour and 4 minutes. Because it's almost 11 o'clock here right now. I don't have any. My coffee machine is in the kitchen now. I don't use my coffee machine back here anymore. So I'd have to run to the kitchen to actually make a cup of coffee. But like I was saying earlier, in my coffee, I have made fire honey and I love the taste of it. And if you have like a tickle or a cold or sore throat or anything like that, fire honey actually helps to soothe the cough. They say it's supposed to work really good, and I've been taking it for a month. Yeah. I know. Don't drink it fast. Mm. So I have plans. If I have the yarn for Bella's outfits that I've already made, I have plans on making bonnets. Now, this is a bonnet that I've made. It's an adult bonnet, and I did a bonnet challenge. What happened was I found this cute, tiny little baby bonnet at MCC, and I challenged myself to recreate that. So I did. I made the perfect baby bonnet in smaller yarn. And then I challenged myself to make a adult bonnet. Yes, I'm completely nuts. I totally agree. But I had to have a bonnet for myself. So guess what? I have a bonnet for myself. I'm not going to put it on right now because I have this hat on. But I have videos where I am actually wearing this. And this is I think this is Bitty Stripes in the color unicorn, but I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. So I will eventually do a tutorial on this bonnet. Like I said, I'm very unique that way. When I see something that I like, it reminds me of the Old West, right? Fire honey is a spicy honey. It has ginger, cayenne, cinnamon, turmeric, and pepper. Um, I do have a video on my channel on how to make fire honey, and you just take a level teaspoon of each and put it in 1 cup of honey, and you mix it up really good. I like the flavor, the spiciness of it. When I first made the fire honey, it was like really spicy because I put like a heaping teaspoon of everything. This time I kind of leveled it out, but no, it adds such a wonderful flavor. And if you're sick and you bring your kettle to almost a boil, but not quite boiling, and then you take a spoonful of the fire honey and mix it in, put some lemon in there, and drink it, it will definitely help with the cough and stuff. I love it. Mind you, I love weird things though. When I was younger and we were living in Winnipeg, my nephew, he used to have peanut butter, jam, and cheese sandwich. And at first I thought, okay, he's nuts, right? So I put peanut butter, I put some jam on there, put some old cheddar or whatever on there, and it was the best sandwich that I ever had. Oh, and if you guys want more washcloths, if you guys want washcloth tutorials, let me know. I have like a million washcloth tutorials in my brain right now. And if you see something on YouTube and you want me to give it a try, or if you are having problems with a pattern or whatnot, shoot me a message at Polly's Crochet Creations and I can help you out with your patterns if it's crochet. If it's knitting, I won't be able to help you. Because I had a while back when I first started crocheting, somebody wanted to do a bandana, granny square bandana. So I actually did a little tutorial on how to do the granny square bandana. And then I explained at the end of the tutorial that you keep going until you have it big enough, and then you just start when you get to one end, you just add a whole bunch of chains, and then keep going back and forth until you have your tie. I know I use my hand a lot when I talk, and I'm kind of hopefully not making you seasick because I like what is it? I've always been a kid that had to be on the move. So it's like moving my legs or moving my hands or moving my, feet or whatever. "55 more minutes to go." And then it's 2026 in Alberta. Um, BC is going to still be an hour behind us. No, I don't, but I am going to be doing a tutorial on the fingerless gloves because I have these ones here are my cobblestone fingerless gloves. Put that there. These ones here are my cobblestone fingerless gloves that I'm going to be doing a tutorial on. And like I said, when I first designed these, I was just winging it. I didn't know what I was doing. When I was doing the cobblestone pattern, this pattern here, when I was actually doing this pattern, I was trying to do Fiber Spider's waffle beanie. I haven't figured out how to make mittens, but that's one thing I can try and work on in the next year. Is I can try and work on how to make these into mittens. Probably would be very easy, but give me some time and I eventually will figure it out. So, but the fingerless gloves, yes, I will do a tutorial on these. And like I said, I was trying to do Fiber Spider's waffle hat pattern. And I had initially done it once, and I thought, oh, okay, I can do it again. Like, it's not a problem. And then I got 3/4 of the way down the hat, and I'm like, this doesn't look like a waffle. And then to me, it looks like cobblestones. You know, the cobblestones in England. That's what it looks like to me. So, but I'm going to do the tutorial on these. I will probably do the tutorial on one, and then you guys just keep going and use the tutorial for the one, because I do want to tell people in the video that you can use cotton yarn to do this cobblestone fingerless glove pattern, and donate the fingerless gloves to the homeless. I would say if you just wanted to have it sewn all the way up and have it as wrist warmers, you could have it as wrist warmers too. Or you just leave a 6-inch gap and have it for your thumb and your fingerless gloves. So, but that's what I'm working on. I'm also going to be working on making a lot more earrings and necklaces and stuff like that. Right now, I'm in the process of trying to learn how to do the bird nest earring. I did it once, and it was very, very small, but I will eventually get it. That's one of my goals next year. I got to put Bella's outfits back. And this is her shawl for her other Christmas outfit that I made her the year before. I think the year before, 2 years ago. That's another outfit that I made her. I've been trying to find a pattern or tutorial for mittens because my youngest grandbaby needs mittens. Okay. Send me an email at Polly's Crochet Creations at yahoo.com, and I will scour the streets of YouTube. I'm not exactly sure. I think Crystal might have some, but I'm not sure. But I will scour the streets of YouTube and um, see what I can come up with. I will try and find tutorials on how to make mittens. My cousin, she can make knitted mittens, but I don't knit, so. And I think it'd just be a matter of with the fingerless gloves, just keep going until you get, like, I could make mittens out of this. And mittens are not gloves. So I would just keep going with this pattern until I have it tall enough, and then just stitch on the inside at the end, and then just I would do the thumb part. I could always try and do that for a mitten. But then again, like I said, it all depends on how old the child is, right? But I can try and come up with something. I'll work on that, because I think that's a great idea. I have a couple balls of yarn here. I'll try and wing something up. Maybe in the process of trying to wing something up, I'll do a tutorial while I'm winging something up, and then go from there. Because like I said, for mittens, I wouldn't have to do the separation, because if you do the separation, that's gloves. So if you have the separated spot in between each finger, that's gloves. All I would do is just keep doing it until I get it from here to the over the fingertips. Thank you so much. I have the idea right here, and I'm gonna have to work on it right away. Because when I get an idea in my head, it's like it just nitpicks at me until I get it done. So I'm gonna work on that later. I have some balls of yarn there that I'm gonna use. They're 5-weight yarn, and I'm gonna do it in the cobblestone pattern. So hopefully that helps. Just checking my battery. That one says 65. This one says 75. So I'm good for another hour. I have found some online, but none I thought was in my current skillet. Oh, skill set. Okay. So Mary Beth, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do, I'm going to work on that, because this pattern here will be the easiest pattern that you will be able to do it without a doubt. I'm just gonna, it'll take me a little bit, but it's gonna take a little bit to tweak the pattern. Because I can't even remember how many stitches I did with this, but it's basically my cobblestone stitch pattern, and you could even do it yourself. It's my cobblestone stitch pattern. Okay, so your grandbaby is 15 months. So 15 months is a year. About a year and a half, I think. 12. A year and 3 months. So those would have to be small. So I don't have children, so I don't know. Are they walking and stuff like that by 15 months? Because I can make a miniaturized version of this and then just do the thumb. So I'd have to do 1, 2. And I would probably need to know the measurement from their tiny little wrist to the tip of their fingers. That's probably what I would need to do. But I know I can do it. I know I can do it. Because like I said, these are very easy to manipulate and shrink down and increase. If you want to make them bigger, you have to add more stitches. If you want to decrease them, you just do less. Okay, so she is walking. Yeah. I'm going to work on that there, Mary Beth. I'm going to work on that because I have an idea. I'm going to see if I can get the idea done, and then I will work on trying to do the tutorial. Like I said, I'll need you to do me a favor, and because I don't know how far down you want it on little one's hand, but if you measure from the wrist, just below the wrist, you know how I have it on my wrist, right? If you measure it from there to the tip of the fingers, and let me know kind of whether it's 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, whatever, and we'll go from there. And I'll also look up online, see if I can find something about measurements for hands, children's hands. I think it's funny because I don't have any kids, but I like to make miniaturized versions of stuff and children's items, like newborn hats. I've never done a newborn hat. So yeah, my brain is working now. And knowing me, I'll probably get up in the morning and start right on it because it is not that hard to do the fingerless gloves. These fingerless gloves, these are adults, and I have small hands. If you want them bigger, then you have to make them bigger. But these are adults, and it wouldn't be hard for me to tweak it to make it smaller. But like I said, it's just one of those things. They were walking when my kids were very little. They had mittens that were connected at the wrist by a string. Yeah, I remember those old mittens because I used to have those running through my jacket too, so that I would never lose my mittens when I was out in the snow. Thank you. I can try and trace her hand and email it to you. Okay, that sounds good. Like I said, I will try and work on it and see what I can come up with. I will actually do it in the cobblestone pattern because the cobblestone pattern is like a 2-row repeat. One row you do the one front post, one back or one front post, two back posts, and the next row is one back post, two front posts. And it's like I said, and this is a very warm stitch. Like the reason I love this so much is because it is so nice and warm. If you have arthritis and your wrists hurt, this will actually keep your wrists nice and warm. Okay, thank you, Angela. You have a happy New Year's too, and thank you for popping in. I enjoyed your company, and many blessings for 2026. Yeah, I'm looking forward to making these. And we have about 40 minutes. 40 minutes before it's New Year's here. Yay! And I'm out of coffee. I'm out of coffee. I'm gonna be hyped up on sugar. It's the oh no, I do have some coffee left. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot there was cayenne pepper in there too. So yeah, like now my brain is actually running really on overdrive. But I will figure it out. I have a little child mannequin statue, not mannequin statue, child mannequin here. I might use his arm as a template for the fingerless gloves. See if it works. Hmm. Wow, I've been on for an hour and 18 minutes. I was trying to get set up earlier, but my cat wouldn't get off of my seat. I gotta try and figure out where I'm gonna put these. I like these. I got these off of Timu. This is supposed to be going by the door for luck and prosperity. But one side of my door is cement. The other side of my door is drywall. So I can't really hang them over there. I only drink water this late. I used to drink coffee, hot chocolate, and apple cider, but now it's just water. Um, I do have water somewhere here. Yeah, I have water up there. Actually used to have my Keurig coffee machine here. Like I could drink coffee and still fall asleep. because to me, coffee is a sedative. It's always been a sedative. Um, so I used to have my Keurig back here, and then I would do my videos. And then when I injured my back in October, um, I moved my Keurig machine from here into the kitchen because I spent most of the time in the living room. So, um, yeah, I don't have my machine back here anymore. And it's amazing how hard it is to find somebody to give you a hand to get rid of stuff. But I have a lot of clothes that I have to go through. Anything that's small or medium is going to get rid of. So I'm going to throw them all in bags and I'm going to donate them. I found an organization that will actually come and pick them up. So probably in the next couple of days, I'm going to start doing that, going through all the clothes and stuff and getting rid of a lot of clothes. And I do have some of Crystal's tutorials through Nightbot that I want you guys to check out. If you guys get a chance, check out her tutorials, check out my tutorials. Like I said, I'm going to work on that cobblestone mitten for you and see what I can come up with. And I'm going to try and work, if I can, I'm going to try and work on a tutorial. The mittens, like I said, the mittens, I've always had, I can do fingerless gloves, but I'm going to challenge myself to get that mitten done. Slowly I'll get this area all cleaned out. So, I do know that I have seen people actually use StreamYard to do crochet at the same time as doing StreamYard. So they'll have a split screen and they'll have me on one side and then my other phone on the other side crocheting. I'm going to try and do something like that. But I'd have to make sure that I'm close to my internet box to do something like that. So it'd have to be really early in the morning. Yeah, so I do have to say I love this shawl. It's so nice and warm. Yep, this is the Field of Dreams. I do have a hat. It's called the Field of Dreams hat. So, excuse me. And here I'm used to staying up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I want to wish my dear friend Patty Trefton and her husband, I want to wish you guys a wonderful New Year's. It's not quite New Year's for you guys because we're still at 11:30. Well, 11:29. One more minute and it'll be 11:30. So half an hour, then I can say Happy New Year to everybody. Back over in the East Coast, wishing you all a Happy New Year. I don't know if some of you are watching from the East Coast, because I do have friends out in the East Coast. And like I said, my brother, my little brother, Darcy, happy birthday and happy New Year. He was a New Year's baby. So happy birthday, bro. I know he's probably sleeping because, like he says, I'm getting old. I'm used to not sleeping. Um, I may have 4 hours sleep a day if I'm lucky. And then eventually I'll be sitting there watching TV with my husband and I'll be like in front of the TV. So, but yeah, I'll probably end up going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. And right now I'm working on Bella's New Year's shawl, and I still have to do the black around her shawl. And I'm working on her New Year's skirt. Now, her New Year's skirt, I was in the process of changing black until my cat started bothering me. I haven't attempted a shawl yet. I think the first shawl that I ever made was a granny square shawl. And I was watching, what was her name? I think it was Cinnamon Stitches. Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches. I was watching her channel and she was showing how to do, I call them the hodgepodge shawl. And what it is that you start off with your granny square and then you go to a different stitch, and then you can do any kind of stitch you want, just as long as you have your increase. Now your increase is going to be your point where you do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in the center, and then on each end, the last stitch, you would put 2 double crochets at the beginning and 2 double crochets at the last stitch. If you want a tutorial on the hodgepodge shawl, I can do one to show you guys. And shawls, I find shawls are very easy. Some of them are very easy. Now, my chair keeps falling. Need to buy a new one. So I can show you how to do a hodgepodge shawl and just have it on my channel if you guys are interested. Yeah, and I've been doing that, not a lot of sleep, since 2009. Actually, since 2009, I was doing 8-hour shifts for the first 5 years that I was working at my job. And then I went to 12-hour shifts, and it's the 12-hour shifts that kind of messed me up, because the 12-hour shifts is the ones that I ended up only getting 4 hours sleep, because there's only this amount of time that you have, but by the time you get up, like I get off work at 7 in the morning, come home by 7:30, and then I have this much time that I have to get ready for, have breakfast, have to get ready for bed, and then I sleep for 4 hours, and then I get up, and then I have this much time to get ready and go to work. So I think that's what kind of messed me up. Oh, I'm surprised I'm not putting the heat full blast. But yeah, like I said, that is, let's take this. I gotta put this on my knees. I got this for a steal of a deal. This is my Grinch shirt. I love it. It's my favorite. And um, I got it for 50% off. So it cost me like 18 bucks, which I am so happy that I bought it. Oh, there we go. Now I got my Grinch shirt on my legs to keep my legs warm. Because right now I'm just wearing shorts. I usually just, I usually wear long pants, but oh, 25 minutes. 25 minutes and it'll be 2026. A do 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 do. So one thing I learned, and this is quite interesting. Um, one thing I learned is short videos actually get you views, the views you need on your channel. Now, before I was actually to the point where I could be monetized, and I never got around to my friend never got around to giving me a hand to get monetized. And I think you have to have this amount of hours for watch time, and you have this amount of shorts that you have to put up, and this amount of videos that you have to put up, and this amount of this and this amount of that. I decided to just forget getting monetized, because two reasons. Number one, if you get monetized, okay, and somebody gives you a super chat, YouTube takes like 40% of that super chat. So I'm just doing it where I have in every single video of mine, I have my PayPal linked in the video. If people want to donate to the channel, they can click my PayPal link and donate through my PayPal. That way, I get all of the donation or the super chat. We'll just call it a super chat donation through PayPal. So if somebody wants to donate to the channel, they can donate to my channel through PayPal. And anything that's donated to the channel through PayPal will automatically go back into the channel. And that I use for giveaways or buying yarn or showing yarn or doing buying stitch marker stuff, stuff from Temu that I can get for making stitch markers and earrings and whatnot. So I would rather people just donate to the channel through my PayPal. Now, I'm not saying you have to go ahead and do it. I'm not saying that right now. I'm just simply saying that getting monetized is not really all that, because you have to have 4,000 watch hours every month. You have to have, I can't remember how many views, I can't remember how many views it was, but it was astronomical. So I was able to get monetized 2 years ago. And then I just decided, no, I don't want to be monetized. So, and StreamYard, I don't know what that little dollar sign in the corner that I'm seeing. I don't want to touch anything on here, because when I touch something on here, I mess something up all the time. When I first did a live, for some reason, I had 2 lives running at the same time, because I touched something and it kicked me out of the live, and I didn't know how to get back into the live, so I started another live. That was funny. That was hilarious. So, But yeah, like I said, I've got a lot of neat stuff that's coming up on the channel. And this hat here, it's a little bit bigger than the preemie. I think it's a child's hat, but I had that on Bella's head. I had her wearing that. I think it's so cute. It's so cute. And I don't know if you guys remember this yarn. And if you do, I'm on the hunt for this yarn. This is Craft Smart Value Jacquard. This is called Ivy Cranberry. I was so disappointed when they got rid of this yarn. This is my favorite. I picked up this all the time, and I have five bowls left of this, and I'm looking for more of that. So if you have any that's in your stash and you want to get rid of it, let me know. I'll buy it from you. $215 yards. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000 yards. Now I could make a shawl with that. I could make a shawl with that if I wanted to, but I actually don't want to. I don't want to use it because I can't get any more. And I'm so disappointed that they stopped making that yarn. There we go. No, it was actually a preemie hat. I do have bucket hats that I have made, and I need to do the tutorial on them. But no, that was a preemie hat that I had made, but I made it too long, so I just kind of folded it up and put it on Bella so Bella could wear it. Yeah, because technically it's big preemie babies. That's what it looks like. And this yarn I actually got off of Temu. I seen the rainbow and I'm like, oh, I love the rainbow. So I made a mistake and I only ordered one Slurpee. And I don't drink Slurpees all that often. But I thought I ordered a large. And when I got the Slurpee, it was like this big. It was an extra large Slurpee. I know, and I'm like, when they got rid of that cranberry and ivy, oh, I was so mad because I use that all the time. That was one of my favorite yarns, along with this. And for a while there, I thought they were actually getting rid of this because I couldn't find it at my Walmart. And then now they have this coming in all the time. So I try to pick up this all the time. I think it was 3 years ago. I'm sure it was about 3 or 4 years ago that they got rid of that yarn. because 1 minute was there and then the next minute was gone. And I really wish they would bring that back. That was the best Christmas yarn that I have ever found. Whether it's on Temu, whether it's on what do you call it? Ice yarns, Mary Maxim. That was the best yarn that I've ever found. I'm so sad that they don't have any more. I don't have. I love this yarn. I would love to have. I love this yarn, but right now, I know. I can't remember if it was Joann's that had I love this yarn or if it was Hobby Lobby. I can't remember. Joann's is no more, so. Ooh, 15 minutes, people. 15 minutes. I found a new YouTuber on my feed, and she's in Calgary, Alberta. And she gets these jewelry. She hunts these jewelry containers at the secondhand shops, and yeah, she's in Calgary, Alberta. About 2 hours, a little over 2 hours away from me. Oh, and just so you know, the cobblestone stitch pattern, you can actually make as big as you want and as little as you want. Just letting you know. So what's your favorite yarn? Getting brain freeze again. I have a few favorite yarns. The cranberry ivy. This one. And there's a couple more. Picasso. I love Picasso. Now there's a Picasso that Crystal uses on her tutorials that I am just in love with. And it's the bright color hot pink. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn. I would love to get some Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. I swear, if we had a Hobby Lobby here in Canada, I'd be in trouble. I used to shop at Michael's. I used to do videos at Michael's. But Michael's kicked me out one day. They asked me to leave. I was doing a video recording the yarn of how much yarn they had and whatnot. And what's whose channel? The jewelry channel? Let's see if I can find it. See if I can find it in my history. because I was watching it just before I came on live. Oh, there it is. Share, copy link, play, live chat. Sure. Okay, so that's the jewelry channel I was watching earlier. The one that's in Calgary, Alberta. She had some really nice pieces in that container that she picked up. Well, I've never used I Love This Cotton. Peaches and Cream, yes, I have. Here in Canada, we have Barnett Handicraft Cotton, the big balls. We have the small balls as well. That's what we usually use here in Canada. I've never used I Love This Cotton. And there's some people that go for Hobby Lobby video, like showing what they have at Hobby Lobby. And oh my gosh, there are so many I Love This yarns that I just totally would love to get. But unfortunately, I can't do that right now. You know, it's the tariff thing, right? So I'm trying to stick. If I order yarn, I'm probably going to be ordering from Aberdeen Wool in Canada. I like their mystery bags. Their mystery bags are awesome. This is the yarn that I got from their mystery bags. Yeah, that yarn up there. And that's the higher end yarn. I got a lot more than that, but so yeah. I actually had fun tonight. Got about 7 minutes before it's 2026 here in Lethbridge. And then after we bring in the new year, I'll probably let everybody go, and then I'll go and work on those children's fingerless gloves, the cobblestone fingerless gloves, or the cobblestone fingerless mittens, the cobblestone mittens. That's what I'm trying to say. Cobblestone mittens. And I probably could do them in the reversible mushroom mitten as well. Because one thing I've learned with my patterns is that if you flip them inside out, you still have the same pattern or similar pattern on the other side. And it all depends on how the yarn works up too. Because this worked up really oddly. This is Bella's new outfit, her new 3D shawl. On one side, it was the orange and black. And when you flip it over, it's the same thing, but it's black and a little bit of orange. So, um, that's Fiber Spider's 3D shawl. I just miniaturized it so that Bella would have a new shawl for her outfit. Yes, I want Bella to be like Barbie. I make so many outfits for Bella. It's like, and I can make them for any teddy bear. Any bear that somebody or doll that somebody wants an outfit for, I can make them for that. I just need better measurements. So we got like 5 minutes and then it's going to be 2026. Where did 2025 go? I often wonder how you can start the year and then all of a sudden, without a bat of an eye, it's like July. Okay, I'm delayed. I'm delayed. I'm delayed. I'm delayed. 4 minutes. Oh my God. Well, I want to thank everybody for, I appreciate everybody. And the fact that you're sitting here waiting for 2026 to come and enjoying the time with me. I really appreciate your company. I appreciate your ideas and your thoughts. And I have gotten so many ideas in my brain right now. And I'm definitely going to start on those little tiny mittens for a child. I'm probably going to use, I'm going to take the arm because the arms detach from my mannequin. So I'm going to take one of the arms and I'm going to work on that later on. Take the measurements and see what I can come up with. Thank you. I think that is so adorable. And like I said, I give credit where credit is due. Like Fiber Spider did an awesome job on his tutorial, and I started making outfits for Bella like that. And then I sent a message to Fiber Spider, and Fiber Spider said that I could actually do a tutorial as long as I gave him credit for the 3D show. And I have no problem. I have no problem. I just like making outfits for teddy bears and stuffed animals. Doll clothes / bear clothes are big sellers at craft shows where I live. Um, that's awesome. I have never done a craft show. My friend likes doing craft shows. She's in about an hour and a half away from us. She's in Medicine Hat, so she's that way. Okay, somebody's doing a little bit early. Yeah, somebody's setting off the fireworks early. There's still 2 minutes left. So I've never done a craft show. And when I go back to work, the way my work schedule is, I really don't have a lot of time to do the stuff that I want to get done in the crafting world. So when I go back to work, I don't have the time to sit down and do so many tutorials and do jewelry making and do this and do that, because half the time when I'm home, I'm exhausted from work. So I enjoy waiting for the new year to ring in for you. And I'm enjoying it too. Thank you so much. Got 1 minute left. I was going to count the time down, but I can't count the time down because, well, I don't have a second hand on here. But I got 1 minute left, and 2026 is coming. 2026 is coming. I don't have my gold hat on or my glasses or anything like that because, like I said, this is just kind of a last minute thing. Last year, I didn't do anything for Christmas or New Year's, but this year I wanted to at least do something for New Year's. And Happy New Year's, everybody. It's 2026 here in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. And Happy New Year. You guys are totally awesome. Totally awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, I won't sing because, well, I really don't have a very good voice. So, but yeah, I want to say thank you all for bringing in the New Year's with me. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to what is in store for 2026. I have in the last year, 6 months to a year, I have been changing my way of thinking, and I have been doing more positive thinking instead of negative thinking. And 2026 is going to be an awesome year. I can tell you that right now. And it's going to be an awesome year for you guys. I wish you all the best in 2026. And so before we go, do you guys have any questions for me before we go? Is there anything that you want me to look into or make or try and figure out how to do? Knitting is going to be on the back burner for a while. Happy New Year, Mary Beth. Thank you so much. You are totally, totally awesome. And let me go to channel and so for the couple people that are in here, if you want to pop over to Mary Beth's channel and give her a subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. You guys are totally awesome. Yeah, like you said, you guys are totally awesome. So I've been on here for, we'll stay on for a couple more minutes here. Oh, thank you. We'll stay on for a couple more minutes to make it an even 2 hours. So after we hit the 2 hour mark, then I'll let y'all go. And I really, like I said, I had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. And Mary Beth, you definitely gave me a lot to think about and a lot to work on. Like I said, I'm going to grab the arm off of that mannequin. I'm going to take some measurements, and I'm going to try and work on that mitten, the cobblestone mitten, and see how that works out. So, but yeah, like I said, we've been on here for almost 2 hours now. And I know I have to get on here more often. I have to try and make time to get on here more often. And I'm definitely going to do that in 2026. I'm going to get on here and make myself more known and more out there. in 2026. So, 2 hours. And like I said, Happy New Year, guys. Mary Beth, thank you so much. Shoot me an email. Let me know some measurements and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm going to take my little mannequin here and see how big they have his hand. And maybe I'll go from there. But we'll come up with something. So thank you all for joining me. I had an absolutely wonderful time, and I wish you all the best in 2026. Love you all, and have a good night or morning. Have a good morning. Bye, everybody.